it's Katherine from Spark Academy, and in this video we're going to be looking at completing the square. So here I have a quadratic expression. So what you do is you take the number in front of the x, you halve it, so you write, and this x squared becomes an x. Because half of positive 6 is positive 3, you get x plus 3, and then the squared goes on the outside of the bracket. Then what you do is you take this number inside and you square it and you subtract it from this bracket. So we do minus 3 squared. Okay, so we just subtract the number in the bracket squared. Then this number at the end, you just write it as it is. Okay, so then we're just going to work it out. So 3 squared is 9, and then just write the minus 12 next to it. So minus 9 minus 12 gives me minus 21. So this is in what we call completed square form. Now we're going to look at the solving. So this one, half the number, remember, in front of the x, so it becomes 2. Put it in a bracket, square it. We minus the number in the bracket squared, so we minus 2 squared. The minus 12 just gets written out as it is. Remember to put the equals 0 at the end this time, because it's actually an equation we're writing down rather than an expression. So we're going to work it out now. So 2 squared is 4, so we're minusing 4. Minus 4 minus 12 gives me minus 16. So now we're actually going to solve it. So I would add 16 to both sides, so it cancels it out on the left, and 0 plus 16 gives me 16. Then I'm going to square root both sides. So the square root of 16 gives me a positive and a negative answer. Okay, so it can be so my answer can be positive 4 or negative 4, and then I'm going to minus 2 from my answer. So positive 4 minus 2 is 2, minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6, so I get my 2 solutions. Now we're going to look at this third example. So we halve the number in front of the x to give us 5. We take away that number squared, so we minus 5 squared. We put the number and the equals 0 at the end. Just exactly the same. Work it out. So minus 5 squared is minus 25. X plus 5 squared minus 25 plus 10 gives me minus 15. So this time I'm going to add 15 to the right and to the left. It cancels it out here. 0 plus 15 gives me 15. Then I'm going to square root. So remember, you get a positive and a negative answer. Now this time, we don't know what the square root of 15 is. It's what we call a surd, so we did that a few lessons ago. So we just leave it in what we call surd form. So to get rid of the plus 5, we minus 5, so we just get x equals minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 15, or root 15. So let's have a look at this one now. So we halve the number in front of the x to give us x plus 4 squared. We minus that number in the bracket squared, so minus 4 squared plus 2 equals 0. Minus 4 squared is 16, and then we simplify it to give us minus 14. Move the minus 14 over to the other side, square root, and again we're going to leave it in third form. So this time we get minus 4 plus or minus the square root of 14. Okay, next one. So we get x plus 7 squared. Then we're going to minus 7 squared plus 56. So that gives us minus 49. That simplifies to plus 7 equals 0. So then we move the 7 over by minusing 7 this time. We square root both sides. Now this time, we don't actually get a solution because you can't square root a negative number. If you try it on your calculator, it will just give you a maths error. Okay, so actually this equation has no solution, so this can happen sometime. So that's all for now, but if you have any further questions, feel free to ask in your lesson.